Hiya and welcome back to Holistic Healing by Tiamat. Today we are going to be doing a tarot insights, understanding your twin flame connection. So if you've joined me here today, you'll be familiar with the twin flame journey, and it's not necessarily going to be something that you are already delved into, but it might be something that you've heard of or just come across a few times. I've got many of you on here, some of my collective, that are very much already on the twin flame journey and know a lot about it, and you may already be in separation from your twin flame. But I just want to today start this as if you've never even heard of the twin flame connection. I know I've got lots of different readings that talk about the twin flame connection, and I've been doing them across multiple accounts and channels for a long time that talk about twin flame connections and readings, but for the purpose of my newer viewers, I want to speak about this as if you have never really heard of the twin flame connection. So, just a brief summary of what the twin flame connection is. The twin flame connection is deeper than the soulmate connection. It's deeper than your... I can't remember the word now. Your soul tribe, that's the one. It's deeper than just your soul tribe, and it's deeper than just your soulmates. Your twin flame is the other half of you. You have incarnated on this earth together as a soul contract to help each other, to be there for each other, and to essentially be your person's divine masculine or feminine, which essentially means that you don't have to do too much. You just have to be yourself, and you are naturally drawing in your person or doing the work that is needed to attract your person. Anyway, today I want to understand the twin flame connection. So we're going to start by getting some tarot cards, and we're going to find out a little bit more about this twin flame connection and what is going on. You'll probably already have somebody in mind that you want to... that you think is your twin flame, and that's probably correct, because that's your intuition telling you that this is your divine counterpart. Now we've got, first of all coming out, let's start. We've got, first of all coming out, the Chariot card in reverse, which is a little bit of a difficult card to start off with, because it talks about the fact that within this connection there is the inability to move forwards at the moment. There is the inability to work together to progress, because both of you are being quite stubborn and you're butting heads, so you're not really seeing eye to eye, and because of this you're not really taking into account your divine counterparts' feelings or their situation. And that's really important, to make sure that actually you're looking at the bigger picture, because you can be quite selfish, especially when you think of like, my divine person, my divine counterpart is mine, my divine masculine is my person. It means that they're only going to belong to me. Well, no, you have to actually realize that they are their own person. Just because they are the other half of you doesn't mean that they are the other vessel of your body. if that makes sense. You are two separate entities. You have incarnated on earth as separate beings. So it is really important to make sure that you are separating yourself from your divine masculines, especially for my divine feminines out there, because it's so hard to... The divine feminine is more known for being the more clingy person, and it is so hard for you to think about, my person needs space, my person needs to be in their own lane, they need to concentrate on their own life, they need to have a good opportunity for themselves. So you really need to think about setting firm boundaries and giving yourself a little bit of space, and actually not being selfish and not being like worried about if your person is not like picking up the phone, not jumping to conclusions and not getting mad at them, giving your person the time and energy that they need to be their own person as well. I hope that makes sense for you guys. But yeah, I can see that there is definitely going to be a need for you to sort of sit down and be honest with yourself about where it is that you need to work on this connection, and where it is that you need to find your own autonomy, so your own space, rather than just always thinking about leaning on other people for being an emotional support or crutch. It's time to be sensible and spend some time alone clearing your head. Wow, ouch, this is a pretty harsh reading. So I can see that this connection is definitely going through a lot of difficulties right now. There is a real pressure, I can see, from the divine masculine collective to pick up the burdens and to pick up the weights of society at the moment, especially as we have been through quite a lot. We've gone through quite a lot in these last few years. The divine masculine feels like it is on his back to be the leader, to take the role of the actual divine masculine and not the toxic masculine that he is used to being in his old paradigm. And so he's sort of standing up for himself and trying to be a more mature person. He's trying to be a stronger person as well, and he's trying to release his wounds so that he can come towards you, and so that he can be more proud of this connection and who he is as a person. And I can also see that for the divine feminine, it's also really important to like get up and to provide for yourself, as well as waiting like for your masculine to come in. It's really important to make sure that you're not just like wallowing in this toxic femininity. It's important to make sure that you are actually doing what is needed for yourself while you're waiting for your masculine, or while you are in search of your masculine. There's quite a lot of pain within this connection, so there is a real need to do like some meditation and some grounding work to release karmic debts. Wow, the Seven of Swords in reverse shows me that there was a little bit of like sneakery, but it's not really something that has affected this connection. I can see that actually you have tried to hide this connection from other people on the outside who have been prying, who have been trying to send evil eyes towards you. And actually it's really important to make sure that you are staying in this energy of being able to make sure that you can clearly see that there are people who don't want the best for you all the time, and there are people who actually can try to get in the way of this connection and can try to cut it off. So as a result of this, what you need to do is you need to be more mindful of how you're making each other feel and how you are treating each other, rather than putting this relationship on the display, rather than showing other people that you love each other or that you care for each other, rather than showing each other that you are in a relationship or that you have feelings for each other. It's really important to make sure that you're grounding your connections and your feelings with each other first, and being open and honest with each other, telling the truth to each other, because I can see that with each other you've not got any problems with talking your honesty, but I can see when it comes to other people you may not want to admit how much you truly love this person. And again, it is something that you are keeping behind closed doors. This relationship is something that you are wanting to hide away a little bit, but it might be something that you don't really feel comfortable like hiding from your friends and family, so you're being honest with your friends and your family about it. And it's not saying that you're like sneaking around or anything like that. You're not like, this isn't the type of, I'm not seeing this as the type of twin flame connection where you're sneaking behind other people's backs or anything like that. I'm seeing that you're being open and honest with the people around you, but what is happening is, as a result of this, you are concerned about receiving negative criticism, and you're being very mature and very responsible. And so you're taking steps in order to make sure that people can't evil eye it. You're doing really well, actually. Okay, so the Seven of Cups shows me that you guys together are creating a lot of opportunities for yourselves. You're creating a lot of doors. A lot of doors are being opened for you. A lot of pathways are being aligned for you to be able to choose the right thing for you, and for you to actually have a little bit of fun, and for you to, rather than just experiencing escapism, you're going to be doing things that are really making you feel nurtured. They're going to be making you feel fulfilled, and that really wholesome feeling that you get from doing something that you really love, you're going to be feeling from taking the right kind of choices and making the right kind of decisions. And I can see that actually together you're making a lot of positive changes to your life, which is allowing you to align yourself to these opportunities, allowing you to choose the cups that are flowing with the most abundance for you, choosing the things that make the most sense in your life. And you're sort of standing on the sidelines watching all of these opportunities come towards you as you come out of the shadows and start to come into the light. So it's the end of a difficult situation for you. It's the end of a tough period, and you're no longer having to spectate and watch other people have all of these good things and all of these good opportunities. You're going to be somebody who is now getting opportunities for yourself. And I can see that you're worried about not having enough time to be able to take all of these opportunities, but Spirit wants you to know that whichever opportunity you want to take first, prioritize it, but make sure that you're keeping a note, make sure that you're keeping a journal of all of these opportunities that are coming towards you, all of the different things that you want to do. As you're watching this video, even get out your pen and your paper and write down some things that you've really been meaning to do, some of your bucket list things that you really want to do in your life, and make sure that you've got them written down so that you can come back and visit them at a later date. And don't worry about money. Don't think about, well, I don't have enough money right now, because this is not always going to be an object for you. This is not always going to be a blockade in your life, and so you need to make sure that you are writing it down, memorizing it, jotting it down, because just relying on your memory isn't good enough, especially these days when we're living in a technological age where everything's moving so fast. We've got fast cars going at the speed of light, we've got bullet trains that are traveling at 200 miles per hour. It is unrealistic for you to think that you could hold on to these memories. So you need to start jotting down and writing down all of these things that you think you would like to do with your person, things that you would like to do for yourself, and things that you would like to do in order to maybe attract your person or provide for this relationship, to make a brighter spark within this relationship, to make your relationship something more meaningful, something deeper, rather than it just being something that is passing you by. And it's a twin flame relationship, so it's never going to be something that is just passing you by, but it's important to make sure that you are making it something that is going to be remembered for a lifetime, remembered by your grandchildren and your grandchildren's grandchildren, and all of your descendants are going to think that I remember this story that was carried down and passed down from my ancestors back in the 2020s, because it was so mesmerizing. So yeah, I can see that you're going to be having a lot of fun together, and the different opportunities that you get are all going to be tailored and suited for you, for your needs, for your couple needs, or for your relationship, whichever you have chosen for your twin flame counterpart. Ooh, the High Priestess. Wow. So it's really important to know that you are actually getting to know that this is a twin flame relationship. Your intuition now knows who this person is. As you've been watching this video, as you have been experiencing this love, this connection with your person, you have realized who your divine person is. You've got this one person in your mind who you keep thinking of, and they keep replaying in your mind, and you are actually realizing that this is more than just your average love, more than just your average soulmate. And so you have more than just lust. You have decided to give in to this connection. You have put your faith in God, you've put your faith in the divine, and you've put your faith in the universe to deliver you what you need to prosper in this relationship, so that you're going to be nurtured. And again, you are feeling more connected to your psychic senses because of this. You're feeling like you can telepathically communicate with your twin flame, and this is like the divine connection for telepathic communication and for mastering your psychic senses. And anyway, I can see that you are going to be sort of understanding and knowing that your love is reciprocated. It's not just something that is a one-way street. It is something that you know is heartfelt, and you know is going to last, because it is your twin flame connection, and you know that they feel it is your twin flame connection too, even if they don't actually know what a twin flame connection is yet. They know it is something a lot deeper than they have ever previously been involved in. This is a relationship that is meant to last lifetimes. So I can see that you're also trusting in the polarities in the lighter side and the darker side to sort of balance themselves out and bring you harmony within this love, so that you don't feel like you are stuck. But wow, with the Devil card and the Nine of Wands card coming out, it's important to realize that this connection isn't just physical, because I can see that some of you have been like involved with people in the past who have like maybe even abused you. Sorry if that is the situation, but I can see that there has been a lot of pain and a lot of grief, and this connection has provided you with a lot of relief from that, but it is not just temporary relief. Spirit wants you to know that this is a divine connection. So while you may feel tempted by seeking temporary pleasure within your person or temporary relief within your person, just know that you don't want to do something that's going to harm or upset this connection, because actually this is a connection that is more divine than that. It is a connection that is meant to uplift you and to make you feel like a better person. It's supposed to bring you fulfillment within your life, and it's supposed to make your life better. It's supposed to progress your life. Wow, with the Hierophant energy coming out, I can see that this connection may be going through a divine marriage. You may actually be like engaged to your twin flame, or you may be getting married to your person. And I can see that because of this, you are understanding that the divine has chosen you two as a connection and a point for the collective to look towards, for the collective to admire, and for the collective to see as role models, because you are in this divine harmony with each other. You've got this divine union, and you are showing other people how to have better relationships. You're showing other people how to love more freely. You're showing people how to be more themselves. You're showing people how to exist as a couple. You're showing other people how to improve the world, because you two together are passionate about improving the world, and this connection is improving the world with what you are doing together. You are actually inspiring those around you, and actually this is a connection that has been brought together by God. This is not just something that has been brought together by a coincidence or by some hocus pocus willy-nilly fate. It has actually been brought together by God, the creator, to make sure that you are advancing the collective and doing things that are positive towards the ascension journey, rather than getting stuck in old karmic cycles. You have been brought together to release old karmic cycles, and you have been brought together to get out of stuck situations. You have been aligned together so that you can ensure that you are creating like a stable parenthood for your children, especially if you've both come from broken backgrounds or different situations where you have felt like in your past you wanted to change something within your life. You have been brought together to change this, to change the collective, and actually what you are doing together is really brave, and it is manifesting something that is much bigger than you have ever previously seen. If you look, there is someone that is much bigger than you, that is bringing you together, that is bringing divine harmony and balance to this world because of this connection. Okay, so with Three of Swords card coming out, it is important to realize that your person and you will have had other people in the past, and this is going to hurt you. This is going to make you feel emotionally upset, and I can actually see that understanding this current twin flame connection that you are in means that you need to release all of the karmic situations that you currently are involved in. All of the people that, if you're hanging on to somebody because you don't want to be single, or if you're hanging on to somebody because you don't like the feeling of being lonely, if you're hanging on to somebody because you don't want to ruin your image, whatever reason it is, you need to make sure that you are actually releasing this so that you can bring in more love, more harmony, and actually heal your heart. Because if the more you hang on to people that are not for you, that are not supposed to be on this journey, that are just lessons for you, the less you are going to be able to see your true connection, the less you are going to be able to receive the love that is meant for you, and the less you are going to be able to manifest connections that are worthy of deep pleasure and deep connection and deep union. So that is something that you need to really bear in mind, because God isn't always going to give you signs and warnings. And if you're hanging around with karmic situations, you can be sure that you're going to get heartbroken even further, and you're going to be wondering, why is this happening to me? And again, with the King of Cups card coming out, you are worthy of love, and you're somebody who's putting your heart on your sleeve too much. You're wearing it out with too many people. You're showing your emotions to too many people, whereas the person who loves you will see you for who you are. You won't need to do too much. You won't need to try too hard to impress them. They will already love you for who you are, and this is actually a true love. With the King of Cups card coming out, this is the King of all the cups, the King of all the love. This is a truly loving connection. So that is all that I am getting called to channel today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please stay tuned for the extended. I will see you next time. Thank you.